Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I'm doing an energy reading today for the collective. So we'll just see what comes through. Now, there's something I actually wanted to share with you all first of all. You might just hear Millie purring, by the way. She's here on my lap, as she often is for the beginning of my readings. But in terms of the energy, there's obviously been a shift happening that I've said about in my previous energy readings, and things are sort of balancing out between light and dark, that is. But have any of you noticed shifts and changes in people's appearance recently or over the past couple of months, let's say? It's something that I've noticed, and Spirit has confirmed as well that this is happening due to the shift. As we're moving into the new Earth, higher frequency energy, as I've said in the past, some lower vibrational energies will wither away unless they transform. And so what I'm noticing, and there's like more than one person I've seen this in as well, so in actual seeing people in person, that is that some people are aging rapidly, and they're looking really haggard, very dark in their energy, heavy energy. It's like it's noticeable now, it's really noticeable, is what I want to say. And those people are those that have been doing, let's say, dark arts, surrounded by dark entities, and it's like they eat away at that person's soul. So that's what's happening to some of those energies. But on the flip side, have you noticed that some are aging backwards? Are looking really bright, vibrant, and those will be the light workers, like a lot of you watching. It's like the light in your candle is burning brighter and brighter, and it's visible. People will be noticing it as well, and you'll be drawing in your soul tribe. So I'm just curious to see if any of you have noticed this in people you know or people you see. I've seen it. I've got to say, it's only been in the past maybe 6 months or so. There's a few people I know and a few I've just seen in passing. And I've done a double take and thought, wow, how have they just suddenly aged like that in a month? Now, I know some people do suddenly age quickly, but I'm talking, when I say aging, they look 10 or 20 years older suddenly. How do you explain that? Haggard, old, like this sort of creaky. No disrespect there, I'm just having a laugh, creaky bones, like getting older, probably feeling it physically as well. Whereas light workers are often reported to look a lot younger than they are. So like some of you watching, I know quite a lot of you in my audience are, I'm not going to say old, because no one's old really. It's just a number, but maybe like the higher end of the age spectrum. let's be diplomatic like that. But you might have been told you look young, for example, and that's because of your energy, that comes across. I know I've been told it before myself. So, as I said, I've been meaning to share that for a while due to my observations and feelings about the shifts. I'm curious to know if any of you have seen it. If not, get out your spiritual glasses and have a look. Do you notice any shifts and changes in people around you? Some who are shining brightly, like a candle, and others who look like their light has gone out. That's another thing with light workers, those shining the light. You might notice their eyes are really sparkly, like a crystal. I've noticed that recently, some people I've met, new people that I've met that is, and their eyes looked like shining crystals. Like there was this light in their eyes, if that makes sense. So you might notice that as well. It's quite amazing to witness, actually. But I've got my cards, and we're going to see anything else now from Spirit about the energy, current energy that we might need to be aware of. But the energy is shifting. So that one's flipped over. Okay. So the first card was walking away here in the middle. That's interesting, it's like the Eight of Cups in Tarot. So people moving on, maybe moving, so you might see that as well. People moving from their location, creating a shift in your area or your workplace, wherever it might be. But I do feel this is also about emotionally letting go. Recently we've had messages, haven't we, about memories resurfacing for people, making people do the shadow work. So it might have come like a storm, literally, like we're seeing here. A lot of emotions, whirlwind of emotions is what I'm hearing. And with the 10, it's a symbol of completion. You know, if that's been happening for some of you, where you've been overwhelmed by a situation or memories, it could be your guidance to heal and move on from it. So go deep, you know, don't bottle it up. And then it's interesting, we've also got the Sun, number 1 for a new beginning. And this is what some people are going through. This cleansing. We're seeing her here cleansing herself in water. But, you know, energy cleansing, coming out refreshed, looking light. You can see this light around her. Here as well. Shining your light. So it's like the story we're getting is maybe a spiritual awakening for some people, an inner storm is happening for some, and some might even be walking away from relationships, jobs, connections that don't serve them, or emotionally releasing. Yeah, I suddenly got emotions there come through in my voice, you might have heard it. So yeah, and I'm getting a blocked heart chakra suddenly as well. Yeah, so things that people have held on to that have been painful in the heart chakra area, and that blocks you from receiving these new opportunities, you know, new love, new connections. But if you do walk away from it, you've got a new beginning. With the Sun, you'll come out transformed, feeling light, refreshed, like your energy has been cleansed. That we're seeing in the card there. But for some, they might continue. I've got to put this out there, because not everyone wants to do the work, you see. Some may continue to stay in this inner storm energy. And that's something that's going on as well. There are still some energies who are being, you know, like aggressive with each other, letting it out on the other person rather than doing the shadow work, cleansing their energy and, you know, putting things to rest. They're staying in that energy. So this could also be a storm among energies. Have you seen that? recently. I've still been seeing that as well, actually. So it's interesting it's come out. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the second chakra, sacral chakra. And so this is urging people to get creative. You know, those unexplored areas of self-expression. Express yourself if you've got this inner storm happening. That could be how you release it, doing something creative. And also connecting with others. This is also about intimacy. Now it's interesting below that, we've got yin-yang. So that does link, doesn't it, with the balance that's now happening between light and dark in the energy of the collective and within some people. But some are still, it's like they're still working on it, let's say, because it's different for everyone. So yeah, wow, that's really interesting. So I'm going to clarify now with a bit of tarot. Anything else about the energy? Wow, that one's flown up there. So we'll take these. Wow, a lot of pentacles, actually. 2, 3, 4. So we've got a transition and a 1 here. I always feel that means a transition, shift occurring. And with this card, this is all about balance. Again, juggling the energy. See the infinity symbol? People juggling their energy, balancing things out within, and maybe in their surroundings, maybe in your home, you're decluttering as well to create that balance, or you're making changes in terms of who you hang around with, in terms of your work and life balance as well. So some are doing this. We've also got the Ace of Swords, so this is about clarity. Yeah, some people are finding clarity maybe from this inner storm, from... Well, I'm just suddenly... Sorry everyone, I'm just stopping a moment. I'm getting a high-pitched ringing coming through in my ear. Now that can show a download, which I'm sort of getting with this card. See the sword pointing up. Communication coming from the divine to you as a download. Some of you might get ringing in the ears. That can be a sign of that. So yeah, clarity, truth, new beginning. We've got 2 1s in this reading. People speaking up as well. I'm getting here. Who've been suppressed. People are coming out now and speaking up about various things because they are going through this transformation. So they want a change. And no surprise, we've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is about collaboration and teamwork, which I've been saying a lot. That's the shift we're moving into, more collaboration, people finding their tribe, that's been coming out recently, working together to create something stable and secure, the 4 of Pentacles. So this could be, a new idea with the Ace of Swords that some people have, that sparks their creativity. And this is because people are aligning as well, by the way, that this is happening. So the collaborations are between the light workers who have, for a long time, by the way, been separated by the dark ones in terms of what they've been doing. But now with this shift, things balancing out, people are finding their soul tribe. We're going to have more collaborations, which will bring more light, hopefully more sun as well. It's been really warm here in the UK, actually, so even shifts in the weather. For example, things getting nicer, it being lighter for longer as well. It could be about investments with the Pentacles here as well. People receiving communication about an inheritance with all these Pentacles. Or people investing in this new idea is strongly what I'm getting here. I want to do like a sneak peek, if we can know anything about the energy, anything else about the energy rather, we might be moving into. Wow. Well, isn't that a beautiful one to end on? Door to personal healing and happiness. You can't get much better than that. So a new door will open. This could be that new opportunity, new idea. You know, when people have healed and found that inner happiness, peace, because there's a dove here, and a rainbow there for a blessing. When people have done that healing, walked away, as we saw there, they'll be guided to this new door. Whatever that might be, you know, as I said, it could be an idea, a collaboration, somewhere you move to where you feel more secure, more balanced. Or it could be, you know, guiding you to somewhere where you can heal, find that balance within the yin-yang. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got attachment, number 5 for a change. So this is showing what some people might need to do. Some people are still doing this, you know, releasing attachments and walking away, like we had there. Whether that's addictions, connections, you know, a relationship, a job. Where maybe you're wearing a mask in that situation, not being your true self. Some people want to remove that mask, make a change, and move through this new door that they could be seeing in their dreams, visions of this door, of this place. You might dream of a house. You've never been there, but you keep seeing it. That could be your future. For some of you, well, I'm suddenly getting a tight chest and heart chakra. So I'm feeling this restriction around the heart chakra again. That what I'm feeling with that is it's relationships for some people where they're not being their true self with that person. It's okay, like it's an okay relationship, almost like a transaction. But they haven't been honest with themselves or that person. They're faking it, I'm hearing. Wow, yeah, and so the heart chakra has blocked, because that's what I'm channeling, because I channel physically. They're not opening up with that person, with people around them, even with themselves. But when they do that and they heal and transform, they'll be guided through this new door. And some of those people are being guided through this door. They're being shown visions of where they could go, who they could go to. Maybe they're seeing visions of someone in their heart. They keep seeing that person, because this has been coming out a lot recently as well. Soul connections, forgiveness, peace. And for some, they won't be able to keep it in much longer. They'll need to let it out in some way and be honest, which has come out with the Ace of Swords. So that could be to come for some as well, being honest with themselves, with others, moving on, spiritual transformation, going through this new door. And under there we've got the first chakra, which is the root chakra, which links with the Four of Pentacles. all about stability, feeling secure and stable in your situation. Not feeling that jittery up and down energy, because maybe some people, as I said, are not being honest. And so that can be bringing up anxiety about their future, or maybe making a change is bringing up anxiety. People often fear change, don't they? But would you rather stay stuck in a situation where you're being fake? Attached to something you don't want that attachment anymore? Or would you rather have a new beginning where you're like that? Cleansed in the light. And the fish is a symbol there, like it's almost like a sign of abundance that would come to you as a result of doing that. Okay, everyone, wow, so it's like it's sort of this transition point still we're at in the collective. Do you feel that resonates with you? Let us know if you wish. I'm going to follow on this reading for members, actually, just with some sort of other messages and guidance. So that would be for channel members and members of my Patreon. So I'll see some of you over there, and if you'd like to join to view, please do. The links are in description. Thank you so much, by the way, to my members here and on Patreon. Your support is very much appreciated and helps keep the channel going. We've had a few new members recently, actually. And if you'd like extra spiritual guidance in particular, do check out my Patreon. I'm building up quite a bank there of material that might be useful to some of you who are interested. So I'll leave that there. Really hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let me know what you feel about the reading, if you enjoyed it, if you're still here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.